Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Terry's chocolate orange cake. Let's begin. To start the recipe, you'll want to make the cake. So to do that, grab yourself a large mixing bowl and place in your butter, followed by the granulated white sugar and the orange zest, and beat them together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. For me, this takes between 7 and 10 minutes, but it may take more or less time depending on the environment around you. Just beat until you can see that the mixture is physically lighter and fluffier. You can just see it, there's no other way to really describe it. You can then go ahead and add in your eggs one at a time, beating well in between each addition, and repeat the process for the remainder of your eggs until all of your eggs have been fully incorporated. Then just mix until everything is fully there. You may see a bit of build up around the top and the bottom, but don't worry, that's fine. You can now add in your orange extract or orange oil extract and just mix that in until it's fully incorporated. Then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So place a sieve over the bowl and then add in your dry ingredients and pass the dry ingredients through, as sometimes cocoa powder and plain flour can be known for being lumpy. As you can tell, the cocoa powder was. You can always just discard this like I did. There's enough cocoa powder in the mix. Then start to mix it on a low speed to start with, working your way up to a medium high until you have a smooth cake batter. That's what you're looking for. Should be smooth and glossy. Not perfectly smooth, but you know, because of the orange zest in there, but smooth enough. Then you can go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits of the dry ingredients that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. I found around the top and the very bottom of the bowl is where it normally catches, but your mixing bowl may be different, so just give it a good scraping down. You can then go ahead and divide the cake batter between 3 6-inch cake tins, and you can do this by eye, or like me, you can weigh up so you've got a more accurate amount in each tin, as that'll help with the consistency of baking, so all of your sponges should bake the same. You know, it just helps, all these little factors help to make the perfect cake. You can then go ahead and smooth off the cake batter once it's in the tins, and you'll want to try and get it as smooth as possible, just leveling it out just so it bakes more consistently, as if you leave it unsmoothed it won't bake properly. While your cakes are baking, you can go ahead and make the buttercream, which is pretty quick and really easy to make. So grab a saucepan and place in your sugar and water and mix the two together until they are fully combined. You can then go ahead and place this on the hob over a medium-high heat and allow it to come up to 121 degrees Celsius. While you're waiting, you can go ahead and grab yourself a mixing bowl and place in your egg yolks and your whole egg and whisk until the mixture has become much lighter and fluffier. The volume should increase by between 3 and 4 times the original size. So just keep whisking until it does. It will become much paler in colour, so it'll go from bright orange to a much paler yellow or orange colour. So once you've got your sugar mixture, which has come up to 121 degrees, and your egg mixture, which has quadrupled in volume, you can then go ahead and slowly and steadily add in the hot liquid into the eggs, and just steadily pour that. Make sure it goes down the side of the bowl and not onto the whisk, as if this splashes onto your skin, you will definitely know about it and it will burn, so be very careful. Then you'll just want to whisk continuously on a high speed until you can touch the bottom of the bowl with the back of your hand. Once you can do that, you can then start to add in your butter, piece by piece until it's fully worked in, and repeat the process until all of your butter has been incorporated. You may think at first it's not thickening up, it may even get looser, but don't worry, this is completely normal and it'll thicken up in the end anyway. And if it doesn't, just place it into the fridge and then whisk it up about an hour later. But as you can tell, mine is thick and ready. So then you can go ahead and add in your melted chocolate orange. And then to further enhance that chocolate flavour, you can go ahead and add some cocoa powder and just whisk until everything is fully combined and incorporated, and you should have a very rich chocolatey buttercream, and that's what you're looking for. It will be smooth and glossy as well. You can then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So make sure you get to the very bottom of the bowl and the very top of the bowl, just incorporating any of those bits that aren't fully incorporated, as if you don't want to be eating the cake and then you get a big chunk of, just plain butter or cocoa powder. That would be really unpleasant. Set aside until you need it. Then you can go ahead and start to finish the cake. So to start the assembly process, I like to brush my cakes over with some simple syrup, and this just helps to add moisture to the cake, and it helps preserve it so you've got an extra couple of days on it while it's in the fridge. So to start, you can go ahead and grab yourself a turntable and place on your plate, board or stand which you choose to use. Then place a small blob of buttercream into the centre and just smear it out until it's a thin layer. Then place your first layer of cake onto it and just secure it in place by pressing it down. Place a good amount of buttercream on top of that and just spread it out until you have a even or well spread level of buttercream. So to further enhance that chocolate orange flavour, I found this chocolate orange spread in Lidl, and I just add a generous kind of tablespoon and just spread it out in the very centre of the cake. You don't have to use this if you can't get it, but don't worry. But I just wanted to add more chocolate orange to it. Place on your second layer of cake and repeat the process of spreading the buttercream out and adding the filling, then add the third layer on, then you're good to go. So once you've got your cake stacked, you can then go ahead and start to apply the buttercream. Normally I would do a crumb coat, but for this cake I didn't need it to be perfect, so that's why I didn't do one. I place the buttercream into a piping bag and just pipe it all around the outer edge of the cake. It doesn't need to be perfect, as we'll smooth it out and any imperfections will be picked up, and we can fill in any gaps with the remaining buttercream. You can be quite liberal with the amount of buttercream that you are piping on, as we'll scrape off any excess that isn't needed on there. As you can tell, I've got gaps here, there and everywhere, but don't worry, as you're smoothing the buttercream out, it will spread it all around and you should be able to fill in a majority of these gaps, and the ones that aren't filled in, you'll be able to easily fill with a bit of extra buttercream. Make sure you pipe a bit of buttercream on top, and then just spread and level that out. That's how I like to do it, but you can always start on the side and work your way up to the top, but I like to start with the top and then you can scrape away any excess. Again, it's really up to you and your preference when it comes to cake decorating. So take your cake scraper and just start to scrape the cake. You don't need to get it perfect in one sweep, you can do it over multiple. Just make sure there's a consistent layer of buttercream all around, and you should just be very happy with a smooth, glossy finish. It won't finish glossy, don't worry, it won't look wet, it will dry once you put it in the fridge. Then just level off the top by using a palette knife, and then you can place it into the fridge if you want to, if you're not doing any more decoration. But for me, I wanted to use these little chocolate chips and orange pieces that I found in Aldi, as I thought, oh well, it goes with the chocolate orange theme, so I thought, why not use them? I put a border of those around the very bottom of the cake and then place in the fridge to firm up. Then I used some of that chocolate orange spread that I got earlier on, and I just warmed it up and placed it into a piping bag, and then just pipe the drip around the edge of the cake. Again, you don't have to, you can make a ganache, but to keep things simple and to use up ingredients to prevent waste, I used the chocolate spread for the drip. I place that in the fridge just for around 10 minutes so that it becomes tacky. Then I can pipe on my rosettes on top. Again, you can pipe as many or as few as you'd like. I piped 8, but feel free to pipe more or less. And with the remaining chocolate orange spread, you can pipe it into the centre of the cake so it doesn't look unfinished. So in between each of the rosettes, I like to place a piece of Terry's chocolate orange. You don't have to do this, it's optional, but why not? It's Christmas, so indulge. Then with some of the remaining sprinkle mix that I used on the bottom of the cake, I just sprinkle it on top, and that's how I make and decorate this cake. It's very quick and very easy. It's no faff really, it's very simple. So I hope you get to make this cake very soon for those around you. So once you're ready, you can then go ahead and start to slice the cake up. But these slices are very big, so you could probably share one between two if you're not feeling particularly hungry. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again very soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all of my social media, so don't forget to go and follow me over on there, as I am trying to be a bit more active. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.